Today we are going to talk about medicine's hidden root in an ancient manuscript and the new attack for the fact. But now we are talking about contaminant particles. Contaminant particles increase hospital admission for children with respiratory illnesses. Particles of less than 2 microns emitted by vehicles have negative repercussions for bronchitis, pneumonia, asthma, and bronchitis in children. Particles are especially emitted by diesel vehicles and have harmful effects. In large cities such as Madrid, there are already studies with enhanced concentration of PM2 with an increase in hospital admission. This has not been confirmed for children's respiratory illnesses in the Andalusian capital by researchers from the University of Seville. The scientists reviewed the measurement of these tiny particles with record between 27 and 2011 in the city's air, together with almost 2130 Angelus hospital admission for children aged 0 to 14 years with respiratory. We have calculated that a reduction in the average annual content of PM2 particles would help to reduce hospital admission of children due to respiratory conditions. Explain one of the research of this study recommend that at first glance this may seem like a small figure, while we are talking about the most severe and critical case for children here. Given that these are the ones that end up being in hospitals, so the reduction is redacted very highly. This is evident for illness, so childhood asthma we usually treat with palliative care at home or close to the home environment without going to hospital. The figures for these patients are difficult to get of all. This another pair of data included in the study is the economic cost for the health system in coping with the extreme environmental pollution. If the concentration of PM2 decreases to the level recommended by the WHO, each hospital would save €2,000 a day due to the reduction in the number of cases, stress Roman. The researchers reconsidered that there are other variables, socioeconomic, genetic, risk factors, which could also influence in the result. But in any case, they recommend that the European Union reduce the maximum limit allowed for contaminant PM2 particles, due to their harmful effects on human health, especially.
Good morning. We will talk with Manuel Molinillo.
The first time Peter Castle held the ancient manuscript is an animal head based more than 1,000 old, I semi-only familiar. A serious scholar at Philipp University in Marburg, Germany. Dr. Castle was sitting in the library of the manuscript Antwerp, of wealthy collector of rare scientific material in Baltimore. At that moment, Dr. Castle realized that just 3 weeks early in library at Harvard University, he had seen a single Hoover page that too similar to see page to be considered. The manuscript held contained a hidden translation for accident in from medical text by Galen of Pergamon, a Greco-Roman psychical and philosopher who died in 2000 AD. Its missing page, Dr. Castle was suddenly conveyed when then was in Boston. Dr. Castle, released in February 2013, make it the beginning of global hunt for the other love level. A single culminates in May with the release of rediscovered page in
Now
Paris.
we will talk with Carmen Maria.
Hello, Marta.
Hello, Carmen.
Last day, a group of 28 policemen asked their commander for permission to retreat from a small town in Northeast Colombia, after the FARC destroyed the police station there, leaving the official as spin that. Newspaper El Tiempo reported Thursday. The FARC destroyed the police station in of the village of Las Mercedes, in north de Santander on Monday, killing one official and leaving the remaining officers without roof. Following the attack, police had also received warning that FARC attacks against them were pending. There is information that people should vacate the village because of their plans are to finish us, to kill us, said one policeman at the scene, who asked not to be named, and was quoted by El Tiempo. The policeman also called for a withdrawal, suggesting that there were inadequate defense available to justify sending in more men. We are human beings. It's not fair to send more police to lose their lives, he said. Relatives of some of the men approached police command facilities in the nearby city of Cucuta yesterday morning to demand the withdrawal of the policemen. The commander of the police region number 5, General James Vega, responded that he could not be called back the drop from the settlement until the committed time of 6 months has elapsed. The men have been in the area 15 days so far. I tell the community that the national police throughout the country is supposed to protect their life, their honor and their property.
Yeah.
And we will not withdraw with anywhere. General Vega was quoted. The men who are assigned to Las Mercedes have been trying to deal with such a circumstance. New construction of a more solid installation for defense could begin as soon as research were made available. Coordinated actions to remain the current building damaged during the attack were underway. Authorities have also reported that new units were sent to the area to coordinate with armed troops and reinforce security. The town of Las Mercedes and his police station has been frequently victim of alleged FARC bombing and attack for several years of the conflict. The attack have endangered both police and civilian lives. In reference to the court of the Requiring and the recollocation of the police station, the governor of North of Santander, where Las Mercedes is located, told Noticias RCM that the search for resources for a new police station Las Mercedes was still in progress. The authorities estimate that new construction will begin in September of 2015.
Thank you, Carmen Maria.
We will talk about the sport. Hello,
Hello, Sara. I am with Vero. Hello, Vero. Hello. How do you feel on having known that you have been chosen between the first 10 candidates to the Golden Ball 2015?
Very happy. It is an individual recognition of the work of many years, but I also see it a collective success. There are many people who have pushed me to be there.
There is the feminine football of the same way in Spain than in Germany, where nowadays you play.
The truth is that there is no difference. Germany always has been a power in the feminine football. The company heard it more openly and it helped that they super and follow us more. I'm playing here because I can be a professional and play to maximum level and it. Unfortunately, I don't have in Spain.
Oh, which is the principal problem according to your point of view?
Is the education. We live and grow in a company matches who continue accidentally to see the woman in the sport, especially in the football. We need a change from the base to change the mentally and to educate in equality in the practice.
And
not
sometimes
with
you
theory.
have felt discriminated or have had problems to play football for being a woman?
When he was 5-6 years old, I entered my first equipe. I was going to train to parties, but I couldn't jump to the field because there was a note with prohibiting to play. The girls were the children. There I know some of will find more hope in what that inside the fight.
How were they your beginnings?
They were not easy because it seemed that the world would wanted to that I was done another thing, another sport. Lucky always I had the support of my parents and my brother. The football is very loved in me from the first day, and this passion was strong and down all the barriers.
Already, it started the public hymn Veronica Vázquez's name turning out to be familiar. Do not feel proud to have turned a model of the feminine football in Spain?
Much. It's a pride and a responsibility. Already I have said in some occasion, with a girl I should have a model and should want to be like, and his heart more built than any ball and goal.
Which is your model? At some time you thought, I want to be like Beckham, has the title of the movie that reports the desire of a girl of Indian origin for turning into a star of the football?
My model was and she is the Brazilian Malta, winner of 5 golden balls. I was managed to play with her third second in the sixth direction, but it indicates that my feminine model come late. When I was a girl in the school, dream to a one I'm living now. Didn't know that he couldn't be a professional, that there was a selection or that they were playing well. It's a shame and now the girls go no than is possible.
Do you think that the classification of the World of Canada 2015 can give a pass to the feminine football?
It is what we wait. It is together with the Olympian Games, the most important time. Playing, we will have more attention of the means, and they will bring over to more people, the more parents, the more girls, to quality for the first time for the worst one. Besides beginning to think history, it is word of mouth welcome for the progress and hope sport.
Which is your goal?
I want to continue playing to maximum level. Everything was good. Competing and gaining the big titles to live of clubs, Champions League, league classes. I know that my future will remain tied to the football, but from the bench to be a coach, it will be a reality.
Thanks. We will talk about the weather. Hello,
Thank you,
Marta.
sir. We have a storm and locally a storm in the Cantabrian Mountains, shine in the Silesian Mountains. Diurnal temperature is notable and same in zones of the Cantabrian one. A strong wind of the east in the streets. We have cloudy intervals and cloudiness of diurnal evolution in the northwest of peninsula. Quadrant with some storm. More probable and present in the evening in the Cantabria. Mountain chain and these mountains of Galicia, where they in the rest of the peninsula and inhabitant also with some cloudy intervals entirely in the area of the strait and something cloudiness of evolution in the evening. In the Iberian system, and with probably of some storm in Pyrenees. In Canary Island, cloudy in the north of the island with higher level, without regency anywhere rain. Cloudy intervals in the oriental island, and slightly cloudy or the clear in the rest. Lunar temperatures increasing in the north of Galicia, Cantabria, and Algeria too. Very notable the ascent in some of Cantabria area, especially in its oriental end. Few changes in the rest. With the north component in the littoral of Galicia and Canary Island are from the east in the southeast. In the southeast peninsula half in the inhabitants of the Balearic Island, with a strong wind in the street. More for today. Have a good evening and enjoy.